Hey, what's up? What's up?
What's happening, Mr. Monty?
None. Over here chilling, surviving the apocalypse.
I know. Tell me about it. Tell
Yeah,
me about
yeah.
it. So Monty Motivates is in the house, star of Tyler Perry's Bruh. How are you
Hey.
feeling? The show just premiered. How are you feeling?
Good. Blessed. We did the show last year and we filmed it at the end of last year. So now to see it coming out, because with the whole corona and all that stuff, it kind of pushed things back. So just to see it all come together now, it's a blessing.
I know.
It was a lot of hard work, and getting the whole process was wild. So to like physically see, oh man, that's what we did.
Yeah.
It's a great feeling.
We're going to get into it. I want to talk more about the show. Thank you again, Monty, for talking to us today. I'm so excited to
Absolutely.
talk to you. I love your journey, your story. So I want to talk about that. But I want to ask, how have you embraced quarantine? How have you embraced this change?
Um, the first few weeks was rough. Like these, because
Same.
like I'm so productive driven, and I'm always on the go, and I'm an extrovert, like mad extrovert, right?
Right.
And so to have to be in the house, and I work for myself, I work from home, and I never work from home. I go to coffee shops, I
Right.
got co-working spaces. So to have to do all that, even the gym, I stay fit. I hate working out from home. I'm very environment influenced. And to be forced to like throw all that out the window. And I had a play I was doing. I was supposed to be filming the second season of another show, everything. And I'm on tour as a speaker. Everything just kind of got thrown out of whack. So it was rough. But since then,
Hmm.
it's been good. I've embraced the uncertainty,
Yeah.
and the idea of working out of your comfort zone.
Hmm.
Like, if you're able to work and be productive in these circumstances, you know how much better you're going to be when we get out of this.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's kind of how I've embraced it. Those first few weeks it was a lot of sleeping in at 3 o'clock and not knowing what to do. And now, I got my routine and I'm active, and it's dope. It's kind of been a blessing in disguise for me personally.
Same here. I agree. And it's almost like, you go through that part and then it like forces you to adapt to like,
Right.
a new normal, a new circumstance, which is what
Yeah.
life does to us, throws us curveballs, right?
Yes. We just all got it thrown at the same time.
To everybody, not just
Hmm.
one of us, but to everybody all at once. So, Monty, let's talk about your childhood and growing up. You've been very vocal about the early struggles that you faced
Yeah.
growing up. Um, you and your two younger brothers, I believe,
Yep.
grew
Hmm.
up and were forced to have to go to the foster care system due to your mom and her substance abuse. If you don't mind, I want to talk a little bit about that journey of growing up and also how you use that, what you went through,
Okay.
to almost like your pain for your purpose. I want to talk a
Yeah.
little bit about that.
I mean, it defines me. I have a idea. We have this misconception that our stories and our experiences form us. They form who we're going to be, and I've learned that that's not the truth. Our stories and experience, they don't form us, they actually inform us. Everything we've gone through, it gives us information. So if you've experienced pain or abuse like I have, and having a mother who was on drugs and was a prostitute and slept in crack houses and ate out of trash cans, I was abused in foster homes, I was in special ed classes till eighth grade, the list goes on. If our experiences formed us, how could I be formed into a successful individual now? All that was information on what to do and what not to do, what
Right.
to kind of shun, what to be grateful for. We don't go through pain to become a person who is a painful individual. We go through pain so we know what that's like, so we don't inflict that pain on somebody else. So that whole upbringing, it defined me, not just because of what I went through, but because of how I processed it and how
Hmm.
I used it to motivate me. If you get through, watching your mother get beat and sleeping in crack houses, and I was depressed and was suicidal at my younger age. If you get through that, that's why I'm able to handle this quarantine and pandemic situation, because I've been through so much more worse at a much younger and vulnerable age. So,
Right.
yeah, I had every stereotypical rough thing ever happen to a black kid. It happened to me.
you experience, like you just said, moments of depression and suicidal
Hmm.
thoughts, but you also have spoke out about going to therapy and how
Yeah.
that was the catalyst or the step, if you will, towards healing. Talk to us
Hmm.
about how important it is for Black men, and not just Black men, but Black women, people in general, to,
Yeah.
if you're going through pain or if you've experienced pain, or even if you may have not experienced pain, seeking therapy to help you navigate life, because it can be tricky and
Oh,
you don't have the answers, right?
yeah. You don't, and you know, obviously, being a black male and with the stereotypes and you know all the implicit biases, you know, that apply to it. Yeah, because black folks, we kind of have gone through more trauma collectively in this country because of slavery, because of our history, Jim Crow. You know, it's a whole thing.
Right.
And because we have to constantly be on guard, you can just look at the media and understand why
Mm-hmm.
we oftentimes do view seeking help as weakness. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I see it with sisters. The stereotypes, oh, sisters have attitudes. No, a lot of sisters have grown up in single parent homes. They've had to play both the male and the female role, so it's
Right.
an extra strength as opposed in other cultures where it's like they know the male female dynamic, even though
Dynamic.
now we live in a genderless, you know, culture and all of that. But that male female dynamic was very clear. It's not like that in our culture. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So that's why a lot of brothers appear to be over masculine, and it leaks into that toxic masculinity. So by seeking help in therapy, that's allowing us to break that down, because you
Mm-hmm.
hold in all those emotions, and you know we walk around with a chip on our shoulder because there's so many negative things that people outside that don't have this pigmentation don't
Right.
understand that we carry on a day-to-day basis. And so seeking therapy and counseling, it just allows you to get that off your chest. And everybody needs to do it. Like if you're able to,
Mm-hmm.
please do it, whether it's through the church or whether it's through professional means or somebody you confide in. It has helped me out tremendously. Like I had a chip on my shoulder. I could have been a monster considering the stuff I've experienced, the abuse I've suffered. Like for me to turn out to be like, I consider myself a kind individual. If
Right.
I didn't get counseling and therapy and seek, you know, solace in a higher power, I would have been nuts.
Right.
Like, so it's utterly important. And I think speaking as men and particularly as a black man, like it doesn't make you weak. Like it's so strong when you're able to say, yo, I'm feeling vulnerable right now. Like I'm not feeling me. I'm not that dude right now. And
Right.
being able to get that off your chest and you can go back to how that was. So it's majorly important in my opinion.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that, Monty.
Hmm.
Despite what you went through and the challenges with school and education, you went on to graduate from two colleges.
Hmm.
You graduated with magna cum laude. What advice would you share to the graduating class of 2020 due to
Whew.
their circumstances currently going on? What advice would you share
Yo,
with them?
oh, embrace it. Embrace it. It's a weird time we live in, yo. It's a weird to have every
Crazy.
like I don't never in our life have we all collectively worldwide have gone through such a traumatic experience and
Right.
have had to like shift in the way we do. But at the same time, now I'm gonna get a little philosophical and whatnot, we have become so comfortable as humans. There's so you don't have to leave your house. You can have your food delivered to you. You can have medical professionals come to you. You
Yeah.
don't have to do nothing. So what that does is it weakens us a little bit in our resiliency. And so what we're able to do when we face adversity, that's why so many people I feel deal with extreme anxiety and depression, because we have our life set up for most people very
Right.
comfortably, very, very comfortably,
Very.
right?
Mhm.
Very. And when you get some, you know, you're tested, as I should say, it breaks you down because you're not used to it. You're not used to facing adversity. A lot of us are used to being saved or told it's okay. No, sometimes you got to go through some nonsense. Sometimes you got to be hurt. Sometimes you got to get broken down so you can build yourself up stronger. So I say it's not an easy world. So whether you're a high school graduate or you're a college graduate, this is perfect, like preparing ground to get
I
you ready
agree.
for what's really out here, because it's not easy. The world is changing as we know it, as we're experiencing it. So take it as a, if you can get past this, the next opposition you incur, you're gonna be able to handle that so much more better. So like, yeah, you're not great because of despite the adversity you face in life, you're grateful because of it. Like that's what makes you great, is because you had to overcome it. If you never face adversity, when life hits you hard, you're gonna break down. This is a perfect opportunity for you to get stronger.
There you have it, graduating class of
Hey,
2020. And let's
hey.
get there we have it. Monty, talk to us about your career path. When did you decide you wanted to be an actor? What moment was it for you that you said, okay, this is the career I want to pursue?
You know what's funny? Normally I go against when people ask questions like that. Most of the time, a lot of actors they give this moment. There's not particular moments in life. I think there's a number of moments that lead up to a bigger moment that you make that decision. And but in this case, at the risk of contradicting myself, I do remember this moment. It was
Okay,
junior.
a
It was
moment.
junior year. Right, right. It was. I was always the big man on campus. I was an athlete, McDonald's All American, honorable mention. Like I was always that stuff. But I was also a theater geek. So I was in plays in high school and everything. And it was like, okay, this is that dude. Why is he hanging out with the theater geeks? So I always loved acting and performing. When I got to college, I was like, all right, nah, I'm thinking about law school, or I might go overseas and hoop a little bit. Acting wasn't really. And then junior year, it was this girl, Kenya, I had a crush on at my college. It's like,
Mhm.
Monty, you used to act. I'm like, yeah. She's like, can you write something for me? I'm like, no, I don't know how to write a play. Can you do it? And, I got a crush. So I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So
Yeah.
long story short, I was supposed to just write it and I wasn't thinking about acting, but she was pledging. So I ended up
What was she
writing
pledging?
Delta.
Oh, ooh,
Hey, I knew it. I knew that was coming.
I had to. I had
All right,
to.
man. Hey, rep. So
Hey, Kenya.
hey, yeah. Long story short, I went from just writing it just for fun because I
Mhm.
needed something to do. The season was over to writing it, directing in it, and then the lead actor in it was pledging, and I had to take a spot. So I was like, I love this. In my senior season, I stopped playing basketball.
Wow.
I just focused and I wrote, directed, and acted with one of my best friends, David, 5 different productions between my junior year and my senior year. And when I got out, I was like, you know what? Forget law school, forget hooping, going overseas. I love this. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. And that's kind of how the journey began from there. It was that moment of diving full on, not knowing what you're doing, but just loving it and having the whole school come out and support and having that creative freedom. I was like, yo, I love performing. I love creating. And yeah, since then I've been hooked.
What's been the best part about the journey of acting? Because it can be a lot of uncertainty, right? And what have you
Oh,
learned from this experience so far?
the
So far,
best,
because you
the
still have a long way to go.
yeah, you know what? The best part is like where I'm at now. So I'm gonna brag a little bit. I
Go
busted my
ahead.
butt. I'm on 3 shows right now. I'm recurring on 2. I'm starring on 1. When I get out of this, I have another season of Games People Play I'm filming, and I feel blessed.
Okay.
And it's like people don't understand when you decide to do something in the creative realm, your chances of failing are so high. It is so uncertain. And if you're strong enough, like I did, I went back to Phoenix, Arizona, where I was raised, originally from Brooklyn, but living in foster care and stuff, ended up in Phoenix, to pack your car, go to LA, and 8 years later, I've been here 8 years later, to be starring in 3 different shows and to be making a full-time living off your craft.
Wow.
Before that, I was sleeping on couches. I slept in a homeless shelter when I got here for 6 months because I got in a bad car accident and all my money was taken away. I was
Mhm.
sleeping on couches left and right, borrowing money, working security, catering jobs, restaurant jobs, janitorial jobs. I couldn't afford acting classes, so I cleaned my acting class so my teacher would let me participate. Like when you go through that and you're an intelligent person and you hold 2 college degrees, you
Yeah.
know how humbling that is to like once you get here, you realize it's all worth it. So the
Yeah.
journey, that's what it is. It's like I paid the price. There was so
Hmm.
many times where it would have been justifiable for me to quit, to give up, to go use my degrees, or to do what a lot of actors I see do. They are actors on paper, but they stop actively pursuing it. They stop going to classes. They stop auditioning. They stop creating, and they just say they're actors so they can feel like they're part of something. I
Right.
never did that, and now I'm reaping the rewards and the benefits of it, and I'm just grateful. It's so rewarding once you get there, but it's taken me 8 years. That's a
That's
undergraduate
the
degree
lesson.
and a master's degree. Like it took me 8 years to finally get here, and that's what makes it worth it.
And you didn't quit. I mean, that speaks to
No.
your perseverance from when you were a child, though, right? Growing
Oh
up and
yeah.
that experience,
Hmm.
I think it all plays a part. Let's talk about games people play. So you
Hey.
already answered one of my questions. So you played Terrence, cop on the
Mhm.
show. What was it like? What has it been like working with Tracy Edmonds, the amazing Tracy Edmonds?
Tracy, I cannot sing her praise. She's one of the sweetest, kindest, most genuine individuals. There's no ego with her. To like she's, she got come on, soul food and her own company and just so many
Everything.
things. And I'm on set. She's like, "Oh yeah, just give me a call." She just got an iPhone and like not even the newest iPhone, just an iPhone. Just like it's, and I know that's silly, but
No,
everybody got. But it's like an iPhone that's 3 generations. I'm like, she's like, it still works. Like this is like an incredible multimillionaire, beautiful,
queen.
dope woman, right?
Yeah.
And she just like so humble. So, oh, here goes my number. Yeah, just you want to talk, whatever. I'm like, huh? And
Mm-hmm.
just so open. So that was was the blessing because I wasn't even supposed to be on the show. I went out for the lead role. I got a friend of mine like I auditioned an hour before the producer session. Like literally, my homie called me and said, "Yo, they need a couple more actors for this final producer session. Like just a placeholder, not even taking me serious." And I had an hour to get from my house to the BET office, jumped in the Uber, 7 pages, learning it. And I go in there, and through the grace of God, I slay it. And
Oh,
then I go into the producer session, and you got Tracy, and you got the writers, and you got
yeah.
all of that. And like Monty first, I'm like, what? I go in there, I kill it. I do a great job. I don't get the role because the lead role wasn't for me.
Right.
Sarunas Jackson got it, and that's his role. That's what he's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
But I did so well that they gave me Terrence's role. They auditioned other people, but I did so well going after the big one that they're like, you know what, we kind of have somebody in mind, but you're a good actor and a good
Right.
person. Let's slide you in over here. And it was a better role for me, anyways. You know what I'm saying? That's more of who I am. And it was just a blessing. And then just to create these relationships with everybody on set, and particularly Tracy, like to this day, she's just one of the sweetest, most humble people. And I'm like, I'm grateful to call her my boss.
Right. I know you are. So
Yeah,
talk to
yeah.
us. You mentioned that season 2 is coming back. Can you give us any tea?
Man, no,
What's up?
as actors, we don't get no info. All we know is when this quarantine stuff is
It's
over,
over.
whatever that is, we gonna shoot the second season. I don't know nothing about the plot. I don't know what they do with my character, other characters. All I know is that I was invited back for a second season, which I'm
Thank
grateful
God.
for, right? And we're gonna shoot it. We should have been shooting it. We would have been almost done now if it
Yeah.
wasn't for what happened. So it's coming, and yeah, it's gonna be dope. I'm
Well, that's
excited.
good. That's good news. I'll be watching. I love you on that show too, by the way.
Ah,
So
thank you. I appreciate
yes.
that.
So now, bruh, on BT Plus, it just premiered and it
Hmm.
stars you. It's funny, Miss Alice. Look, I said,
Yay,
wait a minute, Miss Alice. Is
she a
she?
fool.
I was like, I don't know if I'll be able to compose myself working with her. Like, I would be like
It's
busting out laughing. It's crazy. But
she a
talk,
fool.
talk to us about this role, Monty, because you actually auditioned for several other Tyler Perry shows.
Oh my.
How did you ultimately land this role as Bill? And I'm going to get into Bill. I want to talk a little bit about
I,
Bill.
yo, so you said something earlier, and I gotta slide this in before I get my answer. You said about perseverance, right?
Yes.
So perseverance is a cheat code for life. Like, if you need a cheat code to get ahead, it's perseverance. I auditioned, I'm not joking, 8 weeks in a row, eight
Wow.
Fridays in a row for a couple of roles on the Oval, for a couple of roles on Sisters, for a couple of roles on the show Ruthless, for 2 different roles on this for Bruh. And every time I didn't get a call back, I'm like, I know, like, I have mad confidence. I bust my butt. I'm all about the craft. I don't care if I'm a celebrity. I don't care. I love the money. Don't get me wrong. I need it to live, but it's not about that. Like, I love the craft and I love doing this work. And I'm just like, I know I go in there and kill it. Like, I know I'm a dope actor and I know I can do these roles, and no callback, no callback. I'm like, okay, I guess I ain't gonna be in no Tyler Perry show. And I get to the audition for Bruh, and I was on my way to San Francisco to my best friend's graduation. She was getting her doctorate, and I just went in there. I was like, you know what? At this point, I'm like, yo, I'm just gonna do my best. I have no expectations because the last 7 didn't work. I went in
Right.
there, I killed it. My agent called me as I was driving up there. Hey, they want you back. And then there was a whole audition process. I went out for Tom the Doctor first and
Oh,
killed the role. But my man Monti Kachi, my boy Young Thomason, he did a great job, and I got placed in Bill, and it was just like, oh man, like it was just a blessing because it's so easy to get discouraged along that way, or even get jaded and be like, man, they don't know what they're doing, but you can't bring that energy because it's not about you. Like it's about the role. Like there's so many people involved with bringing a show together. And even though Tyler Perry has his hands in writing, directing, and all that stuff, he has an entire team. So for me to come in like, man, this is whack, they need me, it's very arrogant. So I was just humbled that I got that role finally. Don't get me wrong, there was some moments where I was like, this is some bull. Like, what is, I know I can do this. Like, what's good? Like, I'm busting, y'all keep bringing me back, so y'all like something that I'm bringing to the table. But it was the best blessing because I look at all the other shows, and all the other shows are dope in their own right. There's not a character I would be better suited to play. And I'm not just saying this because this is the show and I'm giving this interview. If I didn't mean it, I just wouldn't bring it up. But in honesty, doing this and with the cast and with my brothers, like all of us, we friends in real life. And it was perfect. This was the one I got passed up because there's no way I would have done it as great as a job as this, because this is closer to who I am and the people in which I'm working with. They're my friends for life. Like we clown each other and everything. Like it's a real thing. It's so dope.
I love y'all's dynamic, and I like what you said about how the other parts didn't work because ultimately this is what God had for you. So I think that's an important word also, is that, you know, oftentimes we'll get like frustrated because we're like, why don't they like me? What's going on? Why no? Why is all the rejection? But it's because something better is on the other end. So I love that.
Can I add this real quick? Can I add
ahead.
just for any actors who are watching this or are going to watch the replay, one of the biggest lessons I learned in this industry, it's who is perfect for the role. It doesn't have to do with your acting, doesn't have to do with your look. Sometimes I go and I kill auditions. I'm very consistent, very strong. But sometimes I'm too tall, I'm too black, I'm too bald, I'm too young, I'm too old. That stuff is completely out of your control. But if you go in there, the reason why I got brought back so many times, because they knew this person has something to offer, but these other roles, there's other people who slide into that better. Like all the roles I've auditioned for, all my shows I'm on, I didn't get the role I auditioned for. Like, but I was such a strong actor, and I came in with so much humility and preparation that they're like, okay, we gotta put you somewhere.
Find something.
And that's how it works. So like that perseverance is so important, and never take it personal. Like, as long as you go in there humble, prepared, hungry, and you got your skills on point, they're gonna bring you back, and they're gonna keep bringing you back until they find something that you fit for.
Tyler Perry Studios. So you drive on the lot, and what? Are you like, okay, this is where I'm going to be working? Do you have a moment?
Yeah. Oh man, like it was.
Tell me about that moment.
It was, you know, I got flew out there. I got my Airbnb and all that stuff, and you know, I got my little rental car. I rented a car that I probably shouldn't have because I'm trying to stunt and feel good and feel like I'm a big dude. I'll roll it up on the lot. Just a little bit, right? So I'm rolling up on the lot. I'm looking at the big Tyler Perry. I got the sisters thing popping up. I got the oath. I'm like, yo, bro, it's going to be next. I'm going up there, and I'm just like, yo, I'm just humbled by it. And the beautiful thing about it is there's a level of excellence, a standard of excellence. There's no trash anywhere. It is clean. You go in there, and we filmed all our stuff in the oh my God, his Dream Center spot, the main one, right? And you go up there, from the janitorial workers to the security to Tyler to the makeup. Everybody is so hungry and humble, and it forces you. That's right, Monty Bros for life. And it forces you to leave your ego at the door. So whatever Hollywood thing you're coming in with, whatever ultra level of importance you think you bring to the table, it's like, yo, it's not about you. Come in, do your job, take in this experience, and be a part of this team. So it was so humbling to just be like, yo, everybody's so cool, that makes you so comfortable. And Tyler works at a fast pace, faster than anybody else in Hollywood. So it's a very stressful situation when you work the way he works for the first time. And it's like, everybody makes you feel so comfortable, and you come to realize like you're here for a reason. You were chosen because this is supposed to be for you. Tyler, the staff, the studios, they know you're supposed to be in there. So coming in there, and then with the group of fellas, like, I've worked with a lot of different actors, a lot of different sets, and actors, we're normally egotistical. Let's just keep it 100. Like, we think it's about us. Like,
Right.
before I was humbled by not booking stuff for so long, I had that same big head, like, oh, I'm the star. No, you're not the star. You're part of the team. And
Right.
all the cast, we all came in with that same energy, like, yo, we all knew we're all relatively no names. Let's make something special. I'm gonna make sure you look good. You make sure I look good. I'm gonna cover you. You cover me. And it was just that experience. Like, it's so humbling. Everybody is so humble. It's weird. Everybody you run into, there's a energy, and it's beautiful, man. You don't see that on sets.
Everybody I talked to Novi from Sisters recently.
Okay.
She said the same thing. Everybody
Yep.
always talks so highly of Tyler Perry and his staff and everything. Okay, talk to us about Bill and what's going on with him and Regina. Tell me about your character, Bill.
My
What
man.
did you pull from for inspiration for this character? Is it a little bit of you in there, Monty?
All right, so Bill, so for those who have been procrastinating and get that BET Plus app to jump on, bruh, pretty much Regina's my ex. We dated for 3 years. I broke up with her. As you watch the show, you'll see why I broke up with her and how I broke up with her. All that will be revealed. And then, I see her for the first time in over a year, and I find out she gets married.
You
And
were
it's
wrong
like,
for that too.
time out,
Okay.
out. Hold up. I already, when I was filming it, after when I did the scenes, when people started watching, because people in the studio can see, I came down, all the makeup ladies were like,
I was doing the same thing. I was like, now see,
yeah, okay. So in defense of Bill, right? In defense of Bill, I think now this is my 30-second philosophy about why men do this. Because
okay.
I don't know a woman. I don't know a woman who hasn't had this experience where you get treated wrong and then they come back, right? I think almost every woman, if you dated multiple people, you've had that experience. So the way I look at it is like this: women generally are open and vulnerable to the idea of love and the idea of commitment. For whatever reason, whether it's cultural, societal, women are normally open to that. Dudes, we're not open. We like hanging out with the dudes. We like courting multiple women and stuff. It takes a special one in order for us to be like, yo, you're the one. I think women, y'all have multiple ones. Like, if I'm attracted to you, if you got your ish together and you treat me the way I'm supposed to be treated, you can be the one.
Right.
Unfortunately for dudes, a woman can do all of that. But if you're not that one, you're not that one. And so when you get into the habit of being single and mingling and doing all that stuff, you're not able to recognize the one until it's too late. And that's exactly what happened with Bill. It's like, yo, it hits you. It's like, okay, you wanted to be out here in the streets ripping and running. Now you realize you were the one. And you'll see you'll see why he did what he did. But yeah, I understand why women will get frustrated. But follow Bill's journey. Like, I think seeing all the things Bill does to get her back, if he gets her back and all this stuff, I think women should be able to appreciate, like, you got a guy that's willing to make a fool of himself and go through all these leads to prove to you, to rectify his mistake. You gotta cut my man a break for that.
Ladies, let's make sure we tune in to BT Plus to watch the Bill does. And then we can tweet about it on Twitter. Or we can DM Monty.
Tweet, DM, do all that stuff. Like, I'm ready. My man Bill, he made the cardinal sin, letting a good woman go. And a lot of dudes, we've been guilty of that. I mean, I've been on the receiving end of that in my personal life too. I've had a couple women let me go. You know what I'm saying? And it goes both ways.
Monty?
Huh?
You weren't acting right?
No, but we date at our self-esteem level. Understand that. So even if you got somebody that's treating you like a queen, that's treating you like that, if you don't feel deep down inside that you're worthy of that, you will find a way to self-sabotage that. And that's why a lot of women, he's too nice. I don't like the nice guy. But then you go ahead and mess with the players and stuff. And now you find yourself in a predicament because he was too nice. So stop it. It goes both ways.
Monty trying to pull the cover back on us, lady. Monty, be quiet. Okay. So let me sip my little drink too. That was okay.
We dropping
Monty,
gems.
not only are you an actor, you're an author, but you're also a motivational speaker. So you go around the world talking to students and people about just motivating them. So I have to ask you before I let you go, what's a piece of advice you can give to us who are watching, how to get to our yes despite adversity?
Okay. Three things real quick, and I'll try to make this simple because I am a motivational speaker, so I can talk for days. So I'm gonna keep it simple, all right?
Okay.
Excuse me. Number one, like I said, perseverance is a cheat code for life.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have to wait because success is attracted to the person you become, so you have to arrive at that point. I was not ready to be a leading man because of my lack of confidence, because of my depression, because of my upbringing. It wasn't until I met up with my biological mom and we had this just forgiveness and I went through this prep that I could walk into a room as I am now. Cause like, I know I'm the ish. I know I got it going on.
Right.
And it's not in comparison to nobody else. It's not that I think I'm better. I just know my worth so well intrinsically that I carry that. Before I didn't know my worth because of the abuse I suffered before I got therapy and all that stuff. So it's like you have to kind of arrive at that point. You're not ready. Sometimes you can get a blessing before you're ready and then you're going to mess it up and you're not going to get it again. So
Right.
perseverance is the cheat code for life. Secondly, we got to stop playing small, especially in this industry. So many times people walk into the room like, oh my God, please, please, Mr. Perry, give me this role. I'm just a poor lonely guy. No, take up, and I'm going to drop this gem so y'all write this down.
Drop
Take
it.
up as much space as your existence will allow. Take up as much space as your existence will allow. There's a space in an arena for every single person. But if you keep playing small so others can look big, if you keep holding back your voice so others can be heard, then you're doing yourself a disservice. So every room I walk into and every room you walk into, you should take up space. And it's not pushing people out the side so you can be front and center. It's like, yo, this is me. This is my space. This is how I operate. There's space for you. There's space for you. But best believe nobody's going to make me shrink so others can feel big. And then lastly, like, stay hungry, stay humble. Like it's in this industry, and I'm speaking from actors and stuff, it's so easy to get to this point. Like I'm on 3 shows. Like I'm on 3 shows. I'm making a living off my dream and a healthy living. And it's more to come. It's so easy to think you're better or bigger than other people who aren't. But when you forget, like, yo, you were the same dude cleaning tables, borrowing money from such and such.
Right.
Like, stay humble. And I'm hungry. Even though I'm on 3 shows right now, you best believe I'm shooting for the stars. I'm only getting started because I'm hungry. This doesn't make me like, oh, I made it. I ain't made nothing. I'm finally in the door, but I ain't make nothing. So if you can really remember that perseverance is a cheat code for life, take up as much existence as your take up as much space as your existence will allow, and stay hungry and stay humble, the work will come and it will continue. I promise y'all. Like, I'm living proof. I'm a kid who was depressed and suicidal and in special ed classes and slept in crack houses. Now I'm on 3 shows. I'm touring the country, speaking and inspiring people. Like, it's possible, yo. But you got to stick with it and not get jaded along the way or think you're better and bigger. So when you get up, you want to shun people because people didn't help you. No, I'm just the same giving, caring people. People DM me, hit me up, yo, this is how I did it. These are some of the things I do. This can work for you. Don't shortcut the process. But yeah, that's what I would give to people. Like, it's so possible. Like, I'm not special. I am not special. I work my butt off. I stayed with it long enough, and now I'm seeing the results.
Let's drop the mic for that Monty motivates moment. Monty, thank you so much for
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
This has been so good. Like, I've done a ton of these during quarantine, but this one I really love because I felt like somebody on here is leaving motivated to go and
That's
give
good.
their yes. I know
That's
I am
good.
too.
I love that.
You guys, make sure you stream episodes 1 through 4 of Bruh on BET Plus now. And episode 5 comes on next week.
Yeah,
What day?
Thursdays. Every Thursday we got another one. So go ahead, stream those episodes, get
Yes.
that episode 5, and just follow the journey. It's 24 episodes. So we're gonna be going for a few months. So you ain't got nothing to do in quarantine. So go ahead, stream that. DM, let us know what's up. And I'm just grateful for anybody who would even want to watch what we do. Like, it's a humbling and just full of gratitude.
Tell everybody where they can keep up with you, Monty, on social.
Okay. I got my Monti underscore Washington. That's my personal. You see a lot of acting stuff, and I got my motivation. You know, motivation, motivation.
Yeah.
I got that one too. That I put a lot of my motivational speaking. In fact, when I get done with this, I got to record a video. I'm gonna upload on that. So you can find me on those two, and on Twitter it's Washington Monti. You're gonna see a lot of acting stuff. But other than that, yo, just DM me, hit me up. Any advice, anything people need, like I'm available. I ain't bougie yet. If I get if I
Don't
blow
get bougie now.
if I blow up, I might have to have an assistant. But right now, I'm available. I ain't bougie yet, so we good.
So DM him, ladies and fellas, for the advice. Monti, this has been such a pleasure of mine. Thank you so much for talking to us today.
No, you got it. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it very much.
Yes, God bless you. See you next week on episode 5.
Hey, tune in. We about to get it. All right, and go easy on Bill. All right.